Greetings, Earthmen and women. I'm the wrong hero. Want me to do a spit tape? Do you love me? I don't believe you. I'm the wrong hero. This is my comeback tour. I never really went away, nor was I ever really famous. But nevertheless, this is my comeback tour. I say it's better to succeed. I'm sorry, it's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Herman Melville said that, but he hasn't been gigging lately, so I figured I'd steal his joke. Can we all stand up for the national anthem? What do you say, boys? Star Spangled Banner? He was a one-hit wonder. What else did the guy write, huh? And what if the British had the atom bomb during the War of 1812? Whoa! He was a lawyer, okay? What did he know about songs or writing or anything like that? And hey, what if the British had the atom bomb during the War of 1812? Would we be singing the Star Spangled Nothing? Like, oh, say, can you... So I figured we got to rewrite the Star Spangled Banner, give it some new words and a couple of new tunes, okay? Like, maybe we should do it as a folk song, okay? Like, hey, look at that flag, it's flapping in the morning, it's flapping in the evening, brother, look at it wave. Or maybe a Broadway show tune like, gosh, it sure is light out. Gee, that flag is grand. Glad it's not still dark out. Let's strike up a band. Or, I don't know, country and western. The Star Spangled Banner is a country and western tune. Like, I'm drunk, I'm fired, I'm broke. The air is full of cannon smoke. My neck is red, my skin is white. And I've been blue all night. I'm red and white and blue, feel right through. I'm red and white and blue, just like the flag. Or I know, that doesn't move you. How's about a thrash version of the Star Spangled Banner? Okay? Like, look at that flag! I hate that flag! That used to be our flag! Or, the late Kurt Cobain might have written a version of the Star Spangled Banner. Spangled Banner, made of cheesecloth, on the flagpole, gets my rocks off. Oh, hey, let's get contemporary, huh? A rap song. I was walking through the hood and the noise was sight. I was looking at the flag, it was red and blue and white. That reminds me. Yeah, there we go. Anybody remember Chubby Checker? Yeah, you remember Chubby Checker, right? You know how he got his name? The wife of the record company owner said, "Say, look at that Fats Domino." I know. We'll call our new singing act Chubby Checker. Now, what if she'd been on drugs? Maybe she would have called him something like oleaginous bingo or arteriosclerotic backgammon. Maybe. Hey, here's another thing. What if Jim Morrison had been an Irishman? I mean, I know he was Irish, but what if he had been an Irishman? Maybe he would have lived to be like 91, you know? And he'd be singing like, oh, no time to hesitate, just throw a time to water in the mire, and if you're not careful, I will let you know. Maybe, I don't know. Hey, we got any blues fans here? Yeah? Yeah, you know, the funny thing about the blues, no matter what it is you're singing, it always sounds like it's freighted with grief. It could be a nursery rhyme. It could be like, little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cows in the corn. But if it was a blues song, it would be like, little boy blue, please come blow your horn. Hey, anybody give their mother a present for Mother's Day? Got a real comic, huh? Well, come see me at the Middle East on Saturday from 1 to 3. You're going to see me really working out, okay? Yeah, it's just all these... No, actually, you know, I'm up to my elbows in filth on the dishwasher, okay? Yeah. Well, did anybody get anything for Shaft for Mother's Day? Because I heard he was a real bad mother. Well, now I'm going to play some music. If you don't mind. You ever see one of these things here? Seen me play before, huh? That was about 4 years ago. Well, this here song is a song I wrote. It's about the worst job I ever had. And I'm going to tell you, the title of the song is called Don't You Tell My Dog to Shut Up. And it's a real old country song. And, well, I should maybe give you a little bit of background first. You see, back in 1975, I was selling encyclopedias to unemployed steelwork workers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And you know, it wasn't such a bad job because I did the work of two, the Menendez brothers. You know, I had a job interview for this job, and they said, name 2 of your boss's biggest weaknesses. And I said, that's easy. His neck and his kneecaps. Oh, before that I had a job writing children's books. But I got fired. Because we need the shift. And we used to go from door to door, selling these encyclopedias. Our boss had this car. And I was jealous because back in 1975, I didn't have a car. I had a bicycle. And it had a kryptonite lock. And it got me to thinking, did Superman's bike have a kryptonite lock? If so, we'd be pedaling to work going, can't pedal, too weak, must stop. Hey, what about that Saturn car anyway? Who were the geniuses who thought of this, the Saturn car? What were they, sitting in the boardroom going, what should we call our new car? Mars? No, that's too warlike. Venus, the goddess of love? No, we want to appeal to the manly men. I know. We'll call it Saturn. The figure in Greek mythology who devours his own children. Saturn. Great name for a car. Here's the keys to your first car. Oh boy, thanks, Dad. Off the subject, which was selling these encyclopedias to unemployed steelworkers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania during the height of the oil crisis. But wait, before I tell the rest of the story, I gotta tell you this cute little joke. Well, see, it seems as though this drunk fella walks into a police station and he's holding his hand out and he's saying, "Somebody stole my car." And the policeman says, "When's the last time you saw it?" And the drunk says, "Last time I saw it, it was on the end of this here key." So the policeman says, "Hey, by the way, buddy, your fly's open." And the drunk looks down and goes, "Holy shit, someone stole my girl!" Anyway, this here is bluegrass music, right? I mean, all you have to do is know 3 chords and have a mandolin, and you too can be a bluegrass musician. I know more chords than that. I know 5 chords. Want to see them? Whoops. Maybe only 4.5. All right. Back in the old days, they used to sing songs about animals, you know, and farmers used to talk about their animals and, you know, how the hogs hit the baby, Ma, and now they talk about cars, you know. Not very much has changed because basically cars are to city people what animals were to farmers. So, anyway, I got a riddle for you. Yeah, that's exactly right. You got a fur-lined keyhole? Presto! Hey, I'm driving a car that runs on blood sugar. And I lost 300 pounds on the drive from Albany. And it's a good thing I picked up that hitchhiker, or I would have worn clean away to a nubbin. Anyway, here's a riddle for you. What's the difference between a rooster and a lawyer? A rooster clucks defiance, and a lawyer fucks the clients. Here's my rim shot. There you go. Here's another one too, while we're at it. What's the difference between a nearsighted sharpshooter and a constipated owl? A nearsighted sharpshooter shoots and never hits, and a constipated owl hoots and hoots and never shits. Hey, you know, they say nothing's more fun than a barrel of monkeys, but I beg to differ. There is one thing that's more fun than a barrel of monkeys. That's one monkey in a barrel giving you that special little smile. Anyway, somebody asked me, how do I keep my dog from drinking out of the toilet? And I said, well, fix the lid so it falls on his head. And that doesn't work. Throw a bouillon cube in there. It might not break him of that filthy habit, but at least you won't have to feed him as often. Hey, you ever notice when Southerners are mad at you, they talk to you like they're taking a shit? You ever notice this? We don't like your kind around here, boy. Why don't you just pack up your shit and get the hell out of here now, huh? You know, I was down south, but my friend Earl, he said he had this dog, and he had his old hound dog, and the old hound dog was licking his balls, and I said, gee, I sure wish I could do that. And Earl said, get to know him first. brag about their children. You know, they all have children and stuff, and I don't have any children. So what am I going to brag about? I left some nice ejaculate on a handkerchief last night. And it smelled like a petunia. You know something? I just figured something out. Masturbation is the poor man's Nintendo. There's three good things about masturbation. You know who you're dealing with. You know when you've had enough. And you don't have to be polite afterwards. You know, I think I'm never going to get to this here story I was telling, but I just can't resist just adding this one thing. You know, now I got to tell you something. I have a confession to make. I'm not hanging low. And the reason is, I glued my balls together. Because I figured, if you can't live them, join them. Yeah. Hey, you ever tune that darn thing anyway, huh? You know how to tune it, boy? Here, give me that little banjo. Let me show you how I play it. Hey, you know something? My laundry is like my sex life. Happens twice a year, takes 12 hours, weighs 200 pounds, costs $10. You know, I never am going to get to this here story, am I? Well, maybe I will, but before I do, I got to tell you something. Politics is sports for people who are too fat to run. But you know, that's all the job is after all. It's all politics. You ever notice how the women on the job, they always suck up to the boss. But if you do it, you're a wimp. Tell me how that works. You know, this song does have a chorus, and I suppose I should set it up for you. You see, I was trying to sell these encyclopedias, and this dog was barking at me, and I was horny and hot and tired and sweaty, and I couldn't sell one encyclopedia. After 8 days on the job, I could not sell one encyclopedia. So this big woman, you know, this dog starts barking at me, and I say to that dog, "Shut up!" And this big fat woman comes out and says, "Don't you tell that dog to shut up! He lives here!" So I wrote this here song. It's called "Don't You Tell My Dog to Shut Up." And here's how it goes. My dog's barking. He's a little pet. Don't you tell my dog to shut up. If you're feeling sick, like you want to throw up, please don't do it on my good old cock. Cause my dog is barking. He's a good old cock. Don't you tell my dog to shut up. How long was I up here? Half an hour? I don't steal guns, I steal weapons to commit further crimes. Can you hear that song? Okay, boys, give me an A and a B riff, okay? Just A and B. You ready? No, like that. Okay, can you do that for me? Rhymes. If you want to know what turns me on, I'll still let you commit further crimes. It's all too much for me to take. I don't like these terminal walls. If you want to know what makes me cry, I still will think of it further cry. Hey, how are you all? So good to see you. Oh, thank you. So glad somebody knows. You're the best. Victims. You smell. Good. They say an apple cleans your teeth at night. Well, they say an apple cleans your teeth. Oh, yeah. So does an hand grenade. They say a carrot improves your vision at night. So does a hand grenade. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
So does a hand grenade.
No. What I need to know is what keeps the policeman away, okay? That's what I really need to know. Hey, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna have you on my world tour next week. You can be my straight man. I need one. I don't think I'm ever going to go to Mexico. You know why? Because they're going to stop me at the border, and they're going to ask for my papers, and I'm going to give them the only Spanish phrase I know. Empleados, lava los manos, por favor. Which means, employees, please wash your hands. And you know, I spent 6 months studying Chinese, and I didn't learn a damn thing. But it gives me the idea that when I go into Chinese restaurants, I can order in their language. So I go into a Chinese restaurant and I go, yes, I'd like some. And they're in the telephone going, call the police. When you try this in an Italian restaurant, you know, you try to talk Italian, do their gestures, it's like, can I have some veal parmigiano? Wouldn't work. You say, oh, waiter. Okay. Time for my showstopper now. Hey, any of y'all ever get stoned? No? I used to. Nah, they're okay, but, you know, I saw them on tour and I said, who are those sick old men? No, I'm sorry, I said, whoa, Rolling Stones are really bitching, man, that's what I said. You know, I used to get stoned and I'd go into the ice cream parlor. I still go in the ice cream parlor, as you can tell. Just had a quart. Well, people will do anything to hang on to their jobs. That's the gist of this story. Because one time I walked into the ice cream parlor, one eye was the size of a pinprick, the other was the size of a bowling ball, and I walked up to the woman behind the counter and I said, I want a triple decker or an ice cream. Marshmallow cone. I want 1 scoop grapefruit sorbet, 1 scoop ginger snap molasses, and 1 scoop coffee, cappuccino, almond bark, Mexico City cards, fume, pink thin rag, chewing tobacco, here kitty, tuna free dolphin free tuna, beached whale, eucalyptus sleep, koala bear, mastodon crunch. And I don't want it in a cone. Give it to me in a monkey's paw. And the girl behind the counter said, is that for here or to go? And now it's time for me to go. Thank you very much. I'm the rock hero. Come to see me at the Middle East every Saturday from 1 to 3 o'clock. Be there, be there, be there, be there. The Raw Hero making his very last appearance at the Kirkland Cafe. If you want to catch him, you'll have to go to finer places like the Middle East. And he's there every Saturday, as I said. You can go right up there and catch him doing his show. And you know, the Raw Hero has broke a lot of the greatest acts in Boston.
like Cleo's Bag, the Trojan Ponies, many bands too numerous to mention. So he's been right at the forefront of entertainment on this rock and roll scene, and we're sure are sorry to see him go, because he's one fine entertainer who really knows his stuff. And as a matter of fact, the man is an educated man who's graduated from Harvard education, and we do have to apologize that some of his humor goes over people's heads and they just can't understand it because they have closed minds. But fortunately in this country there is such a thing as the First Amendment. It does protect people's freedom of speech so that people can't really get in other people's face too much for what they say as long as they don't utter fighting words. And with that, folks, I hope you stick around and see the rest of that show. We have Bad Lieutenant coming up, and we have Zinc. Okay, folks, it's showtime once again down here at the world-famous Kirkland Cafe in beautiful downtown Somerville. And tonight, as you can see, we have another really big show for you. We have a nice sweets table over there on top of the checkerboard. And Hank's made a nice pot of coffee to go with the sweets, and we're featuring Mexican coffee, Irish coffee tonight, all with whipped cream. So you can head on over there and get some nice hot drinks. There are quite a few acts tonight. We have Slide, so hope you have your dancing shoes on. We have the X's. We have Chronic Pleasure. Greg Flynn will be up here playing the big old Hammond organ, and we're welcoming sing-alongs. We have a couple of people signed up already. Little Stevie Randell's going to come up here and belt out a couple. We also have a special guest star who's come all the way up from Texas, and she may or may not sing, but hopefully we can encourage her to come up here because she has a real beautiful voice. We have our great big New Year's party coming up New Year's Eve. There's tickets available over at the counter, and that's going to be a very fine time for all. The Kirkland Cafe here is going to prepare a feast fit for kings and queens. Some of you that have been to our times before know what they can do here, man. They're going to whip something up, some roast turkeys and mashed potatoes and gravy and all that good stuff. Kenny Highland's going to host the party, and he'll be down here with his clan doing everybody's favorites. Slide will be back. The Modniks, Rattle Heater. You better get your tickets in advance because there's limited attendance only, folks, and they're already selling like hotcakes. So the bands will all have them, and the bar has them. You can come down here anytime. And of course, speaking of New Year's, this is a time when a lot of people start contemplating, thinking about turning over new leaves. And sometimes you can take time away from your regular daily toil and grind that keeps your mind so wound up in circles that you don't have time to contemplate and reflect. And sometimes when you do start to reflect, you start thinking about the meaning of life and trying to fathom a theory of the universe. And as you do this, you come to one conclusion. The utmost virtue any person can have is veneration for life. Veneration for all life forms, even alien life forms that might be inimical to our own life form. Which brings us to my subject right now. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our star attraction, direct from an unknown planet. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage Santa's little helper, the wrong hero.
Come over here and sit on the wrong hero's lap. Mary! I feel like an idiot. I don't either, pal. Hey, someone left this Coke can in my pubic hairs. I'm the wrong hero. Alcohol alcoholic, drug addict. I'm a little verklempt. Drug addict. Easy guy to shop for. Round Christmas time. You know, people sometimes think that getting presents and money is the true meaning of Christmas. I'm here to tell you that there are things that are more important than presents or money. The gleam in a young child's eye, the contented sigh of old grandpa after he has his Christmas feast, sleigh bells twinkling in the snow. Well, you can keep all that shit. I want the money and the presents, okay? That's fine for you. Give me the money, okay? Because the thing is, I'm not going to get nothing for Christmas. You hear? Nothing. But I'll tell you something about getting nothing. The good thing about it is, it's easy to bring back to the store, okay? You know, the average American spends $616 a year on Christmas presents, which is about $200 a year more than the average resident of Haiti makes in 1 year. Well, I spent a similar amount on Christmas presents this year. I spent $6.16 to buy 29-cent stamps to all my friends saying that they weren't going to get any Christmas presents this year. But I gave my dog a Christmas present. I put a bouillon cube in a toilet bowl. Cream of doggy soup. Alright, that's great. 1.5 minutes, the first laugh. I'm not doing so bad. Usually it takes about 10 minutes, but I only have 10 minutes. So. This Christmas, I think I'm going to have a banquet. That's what I'm going to have for Christmas, a banquet. And you guys do your Christmas shopping? Mr. Kirk, what did you buy for your loved one? Oh, it's a secret. I get it. Well, I'll tell you what I don't want for Christmas. I don't want minty, swishy, fruity, candy-flavored, ice cream-colored shampoos. That's what I don't want. I don't want to smell like fucking Carmen Moreno when I'm out there with the boys on the construction line, breaking rocks or making big ones out of little ones and vice versa on the prison chain gang. I don't want any of that. I don't want to smell like a man. Because, you know, I've noticed that there's a big difference between men's refrigerators and women's refrigerators. Women's refrigerators have perfume and powder puffs and petunias and Marlboro lights. But a man's refrigerator has nuclear waste, a monkey's paw with a jewel clutched inside of it, condoms, cigars, and filthy Vaseline from working on the oil pumps. That's what a man's refrigerator has. And that's what I want. Stuff to put in a man's refrigerator. And I'm sick of all the old presents. I don't want old spice. I want new spice. I don't want old crow. I want new crow. I don't want old Milwaukee. I want new Milwaukee. You know, when I was growing up, I used to get confused. I used to confess my sins to Santa Claus and ask the priest for presents. My family was very eccentric, as you might have guessed. When I was bad, they didn't give me coal in my stocking. They gave me antimatter. And when I tried to play with it, year when I was good, they gave me a white dwarf star. Michael J. Fox. There's a nice thing about being in exile. You don't have to buy any Christmas presents. Well, my belly is full. That's right, bribe them by clearing your fat, greasy balls full of goodies. That'll make them nice and snappy and content. Yeah. I can't wait to see Lorena Bobbitt in her production of The Nutcracker. That's what I'm waiting for. Hey, if the Virgin Mary had drank coffee when she was pregnant with Jesus, would Jesus have become an agent? Who's on line one? Mary Virgin Mother? Tell them all, call me back. Get on top of her. Listen, I'm going to talk to God. I'm talking directly to the big fella, see? Hello, God? Sweetie, baby, honey, how are you, big fella? Hey, listen. What do you get God for his birthday? I know. A trip to the Chuck E. Cheese in California, where the big mouse pushes the kids around. I think God would get a big kick out of that. Alright, I can see that I'm not moving you, so I'm going to end my appearance here at Club Bohemia. Thank you for your grudging applause. Next time I appear here, Einstein, you and I shall have a disposition on space and time, but until that time I would like to recite The Shining, or A Visit from St. Nicholson. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the hotel, Jack Nicholson was trying to write a novel, and he was mad as hell! His family knew he was crazy when he tried to smash through the door with an axe saying, "Here's Johnny." Alright, well, in keeping with the festive Christmas theme here at the Club Bohemia at the Kirkland Cafe, I'd like to sing a medley of the Wrong Heroes Christmas hits. Can I have Mr. Greg Hill up here? Mr. Greg Hill, paging Greg Hill. Calling Greg Hill to the stage. I'm sorry, Greg Flynn. Mr. Greg Flynn, calling Greg Flynn. Is there a Mr. Greg Flynn? Paging Mr. Greg Flynn. Oh well, forget it. I'll just have to do it out. Okay, here goes. And this is the part that is worthwhile to listen through. You might learn something. Keep cramming the greasy maws full of them cookies there, Mickey. I'll see you, hairy gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Our barbershop is open on Christmas Day. Oh, little clown of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. The mob you squealed roped you up and left you here to Jesus the snowman. He'll be back again someday. Oh, Christmas tree, this song's repetitive and boring. Kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. What the hell is kumbaya mean, my Lord? What the hell does kumbaya mean? Lord only knows kumbaya, Lord only knows. And my hit, this man called Santa Claus must die, which goes a little something like this. Santa is a liar! Set his beard on fire! Santa is a loafer! A big fat sweaty gopher! Santa is a phony! Ho 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 baloney! Santa is stupid! Santa is a double XY mutant! Bringing all his gifts of toys for all except the poorest girls and boys. So if you see a twinkle in my eye, that means this man called Santa Claus must die. And I too now must perish. But not before I bring up Mr. Greg Flynn on the organ. Let's give him a hand, Mr. Greg Flynn. saying, when is he going to pay for that milk? And I say to them, when are you going to pay for your crimes to humanity? Well, I think maybe it's time for me to give something back. So I'm going to raffle off some of my albums from my collection. Is there anybody here that still has a record player? No? Good. Then these records will be even more useless to you than I had anticipated. This one's called Prophet Unwilling. It's the story of my life. Do I hear $5? $2? $1? $50 cents? 25 cents? Free? I'll pay you a penny to take it. Any takers? No? Well, I'm keeping it then. Here's the good stuff. Hi, I'm Olivia Newton-John. I'm from Australia. I pretend to smoke cigarettes in the movie Grease to get all the people horny. What do I hear for this? $2? $1? 50 cents? Free? Anybody? Free? Free? It's got hits like, you're the one that I want. No? Well, it's that cheap vinyl. It doesn't break with a resounding snap. It doesn't break at all. She's strong. Very strong. Barbara Streisand. Barbara. We got the message. 25 cents? Nickel, cost a lot. I'm gonna move to fucking Mexico with this money. I can live like a king on 5 cents. Here we go. I don't want to throw it. It might be damaged. Thank you, Mickey. Well, I'm 5 cents to the riches. I've enhanced my yearly income by approximately 3%. What do I need? For that little after the show. I have my own show at the Middle East every Saturday from 1 in the afternoon until 2:30 or until they call me kicking and screaming off the stage. Whatever comes first, usually the latter. Now we have Helen Reddy. I am willing to hear me out. I've got charm that says free. Anybody? $5, $2, $1, 50 cents, 25 cents. I'll give that nickel back to whoever takes it. No? Let's hear this one, please. It says, don't mess with a woman. She's strong too. Strong women, that's what it's about. And finally, the crown jewel of my collection. An evening with John Denver. Let's see. An evening with Adolf Eichmann. An evening with Dr. Dvorkin. You love these records, and now it's an evening with John Denver, featuring all of his hits and non-hits, like Leaving on a Jet Plane, Rocky Road Street, Grandma's Sugar Bill, and I Heard Gasoline at the height of the gasoline prices. But that's not on a record, I just made it up. This is a double, maybe it won't be. Yes, yes! I knew that Charles Atlas course would come in handy. Well, I think I have given you enough enjoyment. It is so hard for me to give of myself to you. But although you have not been an enthusiastic audience, at the very least, you have not thrown large metal objects at me, with the exception of that nickel. I bear my press my luck. I am glad that I was able to create at least a small measure of goodwill to enable you to stay to see these fine young performers. Young, that is, when compared to me, the wrong hero. For I am old and feeble. Your youth and energy and enthusiasm makes me feel even more decrepit. However, this has many fine songs that ever expanded music for. Now listen up closely because I'm going to divulge into you the name of this ensemble. They are called Slide. I have a request to do something with this gun. Well, let's see, okay. How about if I turn Slide from the good people that they really are into evil people with my goodness extractor? Would you care to join me in this together? Alright, now, your name's Ken, right? John. John, you're good, aren't you? You are good, are you not? Alright, the goodness extractor will make you evil. Now say something. Uh-oh. He's frightening. I'm going to have to cancel the effects of the goodness extractor. Now, see, he's good at that. It works very good. I'm going to try it on myself. I love you all. You know I love you all. You know, there's no such thing as an ugly one. Just a lazy one. I want you all to drink very generously for leave gigantic tips even though you are a teetotaler. So please, I want you to give a big hand for the sound man over there. He works very hard. And most of all, I want you to give a big hand for yourselves. Because you're beautiful. Really beautiful. And I know when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, sometimes you think, I have crow's feet. I have gray hairs. I only have about 40 years to live. Unless medical science becomes sufficiently advanced to enhance my life to the point where I can rob other people in the southern hemisphere of their benighted existences. But you may think all these things, but you're really beautiful. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, now I'm back again on the wrong arrow, and I think I've been on your line. Let's hear it for Slide. They're going to be up very shortly. Go on, go on. Give them a big welcome. Slide! One more round of applause for the X's, please. You can see this entire performance, with the exception of Chronic Pleasures, who didn't want to be videotaped, on Channel 66 Thursday, Cambridge Community Television, starting at 9 p.m. And now in the 2 minutes which remain, I'd like to explain why the wrong hero wears a dress. Hi, I'm the wrong hero. Let's give up for the X's one more time, please, please, please. I only got 1 minute and a half to explain. Okay, why do policemen and rock stars wear black leather jackets? Why do priests wear robes? Why do Scotchmen wear kilts? It's part of their occupational uniform. But verily, where is the uniform which will inform us of the nature of our war? The nature of my war is to destroy your putrid, feeble earth comedy as you know it, in much the same way that punk rock strove to eliminate arena rock. And that is perhaps the best and most concise answer I can give to the question, why the hell do we wear a dress? What are you, some kind of transvestite? No. I'm merely trying to startle your expectations in much the same way they were startled when you were a young child and watched water spiraling down the drain for the very first time and saw another world. I wanted you to see another world. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate me here at the Kirkland Cafe. Good night.
The office is closed right now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 to 7 for booking hours. David Sheehan? Okay? Talk to you next week? Bye-bye. Wednesday through Friday, 2 to 7. Okay.
Well, Mr. High Muckety Muck, Mr. Great Satan, Mr. I'm too busy to keep my appointments, you kept me waiting for an hour. Who do you think you are? President Clinton? Oh, you getting a haircut? It looks like you got a haircut. Yeah, looks like you got more than just a haircut. Looks like you got your bald head and you got some scraggly old whiskers belonging to some shoemaker and stuck them on there with some mucilage or something.
You gotta start off on my bald head.
No, it's not bald.
It's
It's just like heavily challenged, you know?
Yes.
I mean...
Well, my friend Jess Victor, the bartender from downstairs, cut this. So.
Oh, I see.
Like I'm
Your pals. Here's a guy who earns like $500 a month, and no, a week, a day, and he gets one of his pals to cut his hair. Is this cheap or what? You always this cheap in your personal hair?
Yeah, I'm a little cheap. Yeah, I'm a little thrifty.
A little thrifty, huh? And exactly what does that thrift entail? Get out of here, agent! What's the matter with you? Good. About time we got rid of those pests. Doesn't their phone ever stop ringing?
See how it is? I'm wanting people coming in the door all the time.
You were giving some ride to somebody, huh? Likely story. A 20-minute ride. It took you an hour. Oh, you stuck in the summer tunnel? What?
Memorial Day traffic.
Oh, right. Okay. Great. Memorial Day. All these dead soldiers. What better way to celebrate than go out there and use up all the oil you can? Yes,
Kill some more people on the highway.
Get some more soldiers to go into the Middle East. Use up all the oil. Yeah. There we go. Well, anyway, this has gotten off to a very satisfactory start for me. So which is exactly what's going on in the Middle East anyway. I'm gone a week. I come back, everything's total chaos. People I've never seen. People with daggers and eye patches and lurking in the doorways with talking parrots on their shoulders. All of a sudden they're the guys that are running things. What's going on here? What exactly?
Topsy-turvy times.
I see. Well, maybe
topsy-turvy times.
in 20 words or less so that you don't bore me to tears, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, what happened was Martin Doyle, the ace booking agent from the Middle East, has decided to go independent. He's no longer going to be with the Middle East. He is going to open a club on Causeway Street. So you probably remember Chet's last call.
Right. What's he going to call it? Tubby's Trough?
He's going to call it Martin's Place, if I'm not mistaken.
Martin's
It's going to be called the Causeway. The Causeway.
Oh, you should call it the Martini Lounge. The Causeway. What's he going to do? He's going to attract a bunch of scratching, sniffing loafers.
Old Bruins fans.
Yeah, people who like go to bed at 4 in the morning. It's de rigueur and that's it. Yeah, the Causeway Street crowd. Just the thing to resurrect now, huh? Boy, I'll tell you. And it's a brilliant time to start to open a club. What with Tom, Dick, and Harry up in Somerville and God knows where starting to open up clubs now. Martin's going to just stick his hand in there.
Well, if anyone can do it, he can.
So where does that leave you?
Well, that leaves me in the lurch. I'm going to hang around and book some more shows, and we'll see what happens.
Well, what's going on downstairs now?
Well, we're bringing in some more people. I personally wanted to just remain doing the upstairs, but it looks
It's a very wise decision.
looks like I'll be, looks like I'm going to be more involved in some of the downstairs as well now. I guess they're going to bring Chris Porter from Bonneratti's over to book this room.
Well, that's great. The bunny rattyization of Middle East downstairs. Oh,
Austin comes across the river.
Right. We're going to have big mirrors with bucks painted on them.
Bomber jackets.
Yeah, the whole thing. Well, okay, check all handguns at the door, no smoke and opium in the elevators, that kind of deal, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, boy. Put in a pool table, maybe some, I don't know, play beer
Country
chips.
Western music.
Yeah, there we go. An electronic bucking Bronco, a picture of Saddam Hussein on a dartboard, that kind of thing. That'll swing, I get you. And you can serve nothing but Carling Black Label.
Black Label and Foster's Draft Beer, and that's it.
And if people are caught sneaking Colt 45,
All the better to them.
whatever happened to that Keystone beer? You weren't around there serving that off.
Actually, we're trying to resurrect that. We're trying to resurrect Keystone Wednesday nights.
Why stop there?
Yeah.
Why not have Ralph's Kitchen on Sunday? I mean, God, what is it?
Why not have Ralph's Kitchen come back on Sunday? Why not?
Hey, I ate there. Everybody should. Well, okay, so that sort of leaves you as like top of the heap right now, insofar as like doing the upstairs is concerned. And
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
well, what are your exciting new plans, which are virtually obligatory for me to ask about?
No new plans. It's going to remain the same. It's going to be the best music, cutting edge, underground, alternative music.
Oh, okay. 3-chord rock with a violin. Okay.
Exactly. Indie rock, the kids rock. They come in and drink their water and their lime tea and don't drink beer, and the bar goes broke. And
And the bands all play in the key of G.
Right, exactly. Droney G.
Right. And the only song they know goes G, C, D, G, C, D, just like Blister last night.
Exactly. Well, you were there for the Blister show.
I saw.
Wasn't that wonderful?
It was like a blood blister. You know how you sort of harvest them, you know? First time you break it open, there you go. You got yourself a veritable cornucopia of pus-laden talent.
Yeah, well, enough about Blister, I think.
Right, I know. They're not going to like being mentioned. I don't care. I don't owe them no favors. I don't owe them monkeys nothing.
So it's giving them free press right now.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, maybe they can scratch my ass someday.
That's not a pretty thought.
Not a pretty thought, no. So where are you from anyway?
Where am I from? Right now I live in Charlestown.
No, you live in Charlestown, but where are you from? Where were you from?
Somerville.
And
then Waltham, and then Boston.
So what do people who grew up around here know that people who didn't grow up around here know?
Let's see.
That don't know.
That there's a reason that we don't pronounce our R's in any sentences.
And just what is that?
I'm not going to tell you, because then we won't be the only ones that know.
Anything else?
That Bob Orr was the greatest hockey player that ever lived.
Okay. That's why Bostonians don't have both oars in the water. They only have one oar.
And that the reason that people from Massachusetts, or more specifically Boston, drive the way they do is because of the way the streets are laid out in this city. But I think everybody knows that.
Yeah. There's a policeman down in Atlanta, Georgia that knows that. He told me, and he had me handcuffed in the backseat of his vehicle there. Now, all the local people, they can drive drunk, go roaring with their stupid panel vans every which way. Cops don't stop them, no. The second they see a Pennsylvania license plate, boom, that's it. Into the slammer with you. I don't want to hear your story.
So it's all done.
Well, what I'm saying is, they just have a lot of nerve, that's all. I mean, you don't see Boston cops picking on out-of-towners now. No, they pick on everybody here.
Boston cops have better things to do than pull people over for traffic violations.
Right, like use their squad cars for personal business and, you know, all that kind of thing. No, I mean, nobody cares if that guy stops at a donut place. I mean, if he's running a business out of his car, it's another thing. So you grew up in Boston, and what were your formative experiences? In other words, what got your deformed tadpole-like embryo and sort of striated it into this hideous, evil rock and roll monster?
I don't know. When I was about 14.
Hey, wait a minute. There's a wallet on the floor.
Is it really?
Indulge me while I go through all your personal belongings.
Yeah, please do.
I know you're a patient man. Oh, never mind. There's nothing here worth taking.
In fact, yeah, why don't you go through my wallet? Well,
No, I don't want to see it. No.
There's pictures of me in here.
Well, okay, let me see. Here we go here.
There's my license.
Arkansas Federal. So, AT&T, is it?
Yeah.
Not MCI. I can see you're one of those Flintstones people. Like, I'm one of the Jetsons people. Good, a gas credit card. Two of them, that's good now. Yeah, if you ever break down the road, just flash that and you
I owe no allegiance to no man.
Well, I guess you're just a free agent, just a sort of humming vagabond, endlessly circling the highway of life. But I think
Good likeness, don't you think?
Oh, it's very wonderful. Now I know how old you are and where you live. Piece of cake. But that's not meant for your ears. So, let's see. The way I figure it, you were probably, just barely old enough to sneak into the rat around 1979.
That's right, the drink age was 18 then, so that's when I started going out.
Yeah,
The first live band they saw was BMZ, who then became the Liars.
Right.
Cantones.
What is this with the Liars? What is this, the Liars Mafia? What do the guys do? 3-chord garage rock I could have heard back in...
Well, the Liars were the greatest.
I know. I know. Mock show, boys, mock show. I'm surprised Jeff Cohen didn't come out with a toilet seat around his neck. Did everything else. But I one time went to Cantones, and I put a filthy bathroom plunger on somebody's head as part of my inspired dance.
That was news.
Well, I'll tell you something. The bouncer almost killed me.
Better luck next time, I guess.
Well, he made me admit that I was an asshole. But what he didn't know was, I already knew that.
Yeah, like you have to admit that.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm making a name for myself, and in fact, it is asshole.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So you went to see DMZ at the Rat. What else did you see when you were going out?
See, Gang of Four I saw at the Rat. I used to like locally. I used to like Robin Lane and the Chartbusters. So
They do Love Is Like a Case of Anthrax?
Yes, when I saw them, yes, they did.
Yeah, Gang of Four, they were great. Did they do Circus of Death? Oh boy.
I don't think I remember. I don't know if they did that. This was when they were over here after Solid Gold, maybe. It was like 1980, 81, maybe. Yeah, they were great. They were like one of the best live bands I've ever seen. That was a great show.
And whatever happened to them, I'll tell you. They started going country and western,
Top 40,
all that crap. And then, like Neil Young with no wings.
That's why I think if you get to be a certain age, you should maybe look into a different profession than rock and roll. Especially if you feel the edge starting to seep out of you.
What other profession is there?
I don't know. Why? Are there any others?
Would you like to wander the world, a blind, ragged priest bereft of lore? That's what happens when you leave rock and roll. The useless information you accumulate in rock and roll is just like the useless information you accumulate in the army. Once you get into civilian life, you got no use for it. Nobody wants to know that the music explosion did Little Bit of Soul back in 1968 and went to number 11 on the charts. Nobody cares about that stuff. All I want to know is how much Bill Clinton spent for a haircut.
Well, that's the problem. These old rockers, they used to be famous, and they try to walk away from it. Nobody cares about them anymore. So they look at poor Davy Jones. Case in point. Oh my God, was that pathetic? Did you witness that debacle?
What, the one that 12 people showed up to?
Yeah. Oh, it was so pathetic.
All he needed was a hammer and nails and a crucifix.
Yeah, that was the most pathetic thing. I mean, some people can't give that up.
And the hell of it is, the Monkees were great.
Monkees were great. They were great. One of the greatest pop bands of all time.
Don't talk to me. Carole King, the Dolphins song, the Monkees, whoever did it better? Nobody.
Yeah.
Of course, I hate dolphins.
You would.
Bottlenose moochers of the ocean. Sure, they save the occasional kid from, like, drowning or something. Their friendly, chattering ways are agreeable and ingratiating. But they won't let us put them in their tuna cans and eat them. And if dolphins are so smart, how come every time you see them, they're in a cage, huh? That's what I need to know.
Speaking of people that should be in a cage.
No, don't talk about Billy Ruano. I've heard enough.
No, please. Don't bring up that subject.
I won't. It's a hot subject.
It's always a hot subject. Billy's always a hot subject.
It's true. Now I can hear his honking, bleeding voice virtually 24 hours a day, just like in the old days. Don't even have to turn my radio on to hear weird voices. Just walking to the Middle East. Well, anyway, Billy said, I'm your friend, and the club is your friend. Great, just what I needed to know.
That explains a lot.
After I spent 5 years trying to get them to say they hate me, but they're just impossible.
You gave them the best years of your life.
I sure did. That's for sure. Well, let's get back to your miserable and pathetic life story.
All right, if you must.
Well, okay, so you're going to see DMZ, and when did that little switch start registering in your mind that, hey, instead of watching rock and roll, I can be one of the big boys?
But no, that actually didn't happen. That actually didn't happen until much later on. I was just always a fan. And eventually, because I went to all the shows, I got to meet people in the music business, and things led to another. I ended up managing a band, and then I ended up working here with Mark. Mark met me, liked me, said he was going to need help because he's opening a place downstairs, and once that was open, he's going to need someone to help him book the upstairs room, which I did.
So how did he meet you?
Through
Various contacts.
Yeah.
Who will remain unnamed.
We just fell into each other's arms, as it were.
Was it a rock and roll thing, or was it a money thing?
It was a rock and roll thing.
Always follow the rock and roll.
It was a rock and roll thing.
Because there is no money in rock and roll.
No, there isn't.
And there's no rock and roll in money either.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. So, you met through when was this anyway, 1991?
No, I just met Martin about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Well, that would have been about 1991, Mr. McEnroe. Oh, geez, out of my head, man. And you're the guy that's in charge of, like, seeing the bands get paid? Oh, boy. Well, someone was saying to me, how's come the sound man and the door person get so much money and the bands only play for $1? Is this true?
Well, it's true, but I mean, if the bands, it's not up to us to bring people into the club for the band. I mean, nobody wants to go see the bands, why should we pay them a lot of money? It says one of two things. Either the bands aren't trying to bring people to come in and see them, or they suck. And in which case, why should we pay them a lot of money?
Well, they're not trying. Maybe it's because they're sensitive little artist types and they can't stand going up to their friends if they have any and begging them, please come to my show, please. You've got to. I'm just sitting here like this and tearing my face with my long fingernails, which I never cut because I don't have a job because I'm a musician. Until you do.
Well, if that's the case, then they're in the wrong business. They shouldn't be up on stage if they're sensitive.
Right, exactly. They should go around with a big hammer and just like dragoon people into their club.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like we used to do back in the Revolutionary times. Yeah, the British used to grab drunken American sailors and throw them on a boat. Next thing they knew, they'd be in Shanghai. That's what we ought to do. Just get those people at the McDonald's across the street. Hey, come on in, free hamburgers, yeah. Yeah, before you know it, the place will be on. I mean, what are you seeing at McDonald's here when you're looking out the window?
Nutrition.
I can see that you're a man who's very cautious about who he chooses to cross paths with. Well, it's a pity that your caution didn't extend to this interview because I'm beginning to get steamed up. This interview's going nowhere.
Nowhere fast.
Yeah, aren't they playing 3 nights from now?
Yeah, Sunday night.
Along with
Good band.
free beer tonight and TBA.
Yeah. And TBA and reduced admission.
And we're the obnoxious band from New York. Yeah. Okay. So we left off with DMZ. Were you into that whole thrash hardcore thing in your life?
I was never into hardcore. I like punk. I liked the Clash. I liked the Ramones. I liked Flipper, but I guess I wasn't so much into.
You look like a two-tone kind of guy to me.
I like the Specials. I like.
Yeah, Elvis Costello and all that.
That's something. My brother was a big Elvis Costello.
How old's your brother?
Yeah, younger than me. So we grew up in the music, doing music thing.
What's your brother doing?
My brother's a very conservative data processing person. He's married, family, 3 kids.
That's the best way.
For who?
Him.
For him, yeah. Not for us, certainly.
No.
We'd rather hang out in sleazy offices like this and for $200 a week and
frittering our lives away.
Watch bad bands playing, whine about not getting paid at the end of the night.
I don't whine. Hell. I get angry. So how come you still booked the wrong hero in the back room, even though he destroys equipment, or are you not supposed to know that?
That's a good question. In fact, let's talk about that.
All right.
Because the wrong hero is an institution here at the Middle East.
Well, at least he's been institutionalized several times.
Well, maybe that's one and the same, I guess.
One and the same.
One and the insane.
Yes. Okay, this line of thought it's too introspective for me. I'm not prone to thinking out what I do before I do it. So, thrash, flipper, hardcore, you don't like that. You like punk, okay, that takes us to 1983. Where were you on the night that Mission of Burma broke up?
I missed that show.
Oh.
The show at the hotel, I missed that show.
Yeah, the Bradford.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I don't know, it's probably at a disco up in Route 1.
All right, yeah. Wearing the big lobster bib, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing
Yeah.
a thing, one hand up in the air.
The white shirt sewn right into the jacket.
And we had a nice toga party
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly. Drank kegs up right out of the keg, beer right out of the keg.
What's the most bizarre party you've ever been to?
The most bizarre party I've ever been to? I've been to a lot of parties that have been bizarre and ended up bizarre due to the amount of drug and alcohol intake. And I'd probably rather not talk about them on camera.
Well, don't talk about the drug stuff. We don't care about that now, do we? No, I mean the people, man.
Let's see.
Now, I met this weird guy in San Francisco who said that 11 different countries owned Antarctica and invited us back to his house for a drink when he was homosexual. So we didn't go.
Why not?
Well,
This is the 90s. Come on, open up.
this was 10 years ago.
No, it's not. It's a big difference. Homosexuals are a lot different back then.
Yeah, that's right. So any strange people you met at the party?
Oh yeah, I always meet strange people at parties. In fact, strange people seem to gravitate towards the parties. Especially since I quit drinking. Since I quit drinking, that's when the drunkest people at the party come talk to me.
In other words, you're a weirdo magnet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weirdo magnet, perfect.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Really?
That's what the open mic is.
Oh, you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Either you love the wrong hero or you spew him from your mouth. It's that simple. And since you're still sitting here, and most of your head is still here, I take it you didn't spew him. So you're going to all these parties and all these rock and roll bands, and your life is pretty much going nowhere. What were you doing to support yourself?
I was just doing like odd jobs, data processing, just surviving, working nights.
Technology.
Yeah. Boring stuff.
Did the townies in Somerville consider you a townie?
No, I moved on. My family moved out there when I was young. I was born there. I was actually born in Somerville. We moved out when I was young, and then moved to beautiful Waltham, Massachusetts. Now I'm not considered a townie now, though. I'm sorry, in Charlestown. Although they think I look like one, and I talk like one, so they leave me alone.
Well, that's good.
All I have to do is get a shamrock tattooed on me somewhere, and I'm one of the guys.
Right.
I have the Irish thrown about me.
You think Ross Perot would last 5 minutes in Charlestown?
Probably not.
They'd get one look at them ears and go, hey, look at that,
Probably not.
I'm going to make the little feller squeal like a pig.
They drag him down the projects and
Have their way with him.
have their way with Ross.
That's the old sad story. What is this? What is this thing with these assholes with names that begin with R? Rush Limbaugh, Ross Perot. What's going on?
Wrong hero.
Well, no, that's a W.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, my mistake.
Well, close enough, though, anyway, I guess. After all, I am the author of the
If
paper.
this conversation is going to turn political, this interview is over.
Oh, I see. No politics now, just rock and roll. Plenty of rock and roll. Nothing political about that now. I bet you everybody's just rolling in clover now that Clinton's president. Yeah, no more crackdowns, no more
Yeah, good old Bill Clinton.
Yeah, the rock and roll president.
That's right.
You couldn't see, just stupid tweety Jimmy Carter sitting around listening to Bob Dylan going,
Jimmy was a sensitive guy.
and you know that Ronald Reagan didn't listen to no rock and roll. And George Bush is up there, he's hopped up, and he's pretending to play a guitar. But Bill Clinton plays sax. Yeah, well, he's jazz.
His sax is cool.
Yeah.
Sax.
Why not? If you're going to be a politician, you might as well put that hard out to use, huh? Yeah. So, we got up to about 1983. You're doing data processing. You were a temp, right?
Yeah. Drinking myself into a
coma because of the pain. Oh, the pain. I can't stand it.
I just wanted to drink myself into a stupor.
Well, that sounds pretty good. So when did your life make that big turnaround? When did you sit down one day and decide, I'm going to do something with my life?
87. When my ex-girlfriend decided that she had had enough of me and my drinking and taking drugs, and gave me a simple choice, either me or the drinking. It was a tough decision. God love it. No, so I quit drinking. That was that.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Mighty inspiring.
Do you think the kids at home will be inspired by that story?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
just goes to prove that even if you quit drinking, you can still become a nobody.
yeah,
And I'm living proof of that.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
I'm still a nobody in this
me
town.
so too. But I ain't telling you what I got soaked up in this little star. Boy. Okay, now this interview can start all over again with the wrong hero as the omniscient God, most intelligent, godlike comedian creature in all the universe. So, how come there's no comedy at the Middle East, huh?
I don't know, there's nobody funny around anymore.
That's true.
Actually, comedy was we were thinking of comedy.
Good.
We
Think
were
some
thinking
more.
of comedy. Maybe
Think-
Monday nights.
Monday nights.
What do you think?
Monday nights at the same night every other damn clubhouse are open. Like, I don't know. What can I say? I mean, no.
So you don't agree with that idea?
I don't know what to say. Monday night, that's when Martin tried to fall off on me. Here's an English pastry. Go ahead and do Monday nights. Oh, I don't want that. It's a cream puff night. Who in the hell in their right mind? I just made it through a hangover day, no sleep Monday. Oh, let's go out and have fun in the club. Listen to bad comedians play their awful jokes over and over again every week. That's the problem with comedy. None of these comedians works at what they do. They just do the same 5 minutes over and over. They throw in a little ad-lib every now and then, every 3 weeks or so. Hey, I'm happening, man. Me and Robin Williams, man. The rest of you jokers, you're no good. So I'm sick of them. I hate other comedians.
I can see that. I can see it upsets you a little bit.
Yes, it is. It's upsetting.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
You sure? You
Yeah,
okay?
I'm okay. I'm just a little...
Cranky?
Yeah. See, I have this stinking wound on my leg here. I mean, it's my punishment for having to find...
I don't really think we need to see that.
Well, no, we don't need to see it, but I do. We're not talking about we. This isn't an us thing. Are you getting married?
Possibly.
Okay. And what's the little woman going to say about your 4 a.m. booking assignments and all this stuff?
She's kind of in the music business, too.
Oh, that helps. That helps a lot. Yes, sir. That's what they say. Birds of a feather, yeah? Now you get a little synchronicity going there.
Yeah, she's in the no-account rock and roll business, too.
Well, okay, so now we're at 1985, 87, and I just want to know a little bit more about how you managed to, like, sort of ooze your way.
That's exactly what I did, too. I just oozed my way into it.
Oh, I see. I get it
think
now.
it's just that my taste in music is so obviously impeccable that he saw a creative booking genius and a diamond in the rough, as it were, and decided to act on it. And the rest, I guess, as they say, is history.
You can know every single good band in town and be on a first-name basis with them, but if you ain't gonna play ball with all the power haters in this town, you ain't gonna go nowhere. So what exactly do? You got some sort of gas that sort of makes them receptive to you or something, or what?
No, if they're good, I mean, they know they got a shot. That's the thing. Plus, I talk to the band. A lot of the clubs in this town don't know any of the people in the bands. All we know is either that they draw or, whatever else. But I like talk to people in the bands. I hang out with a lot of them. I know what they're about. I've seen them. I go see all the bands. I try to get, some of the good bands coming up, I try to help them out, give them good slots and weekends so people will see them.
So who are the Jägermeister bands?
The Jägermeister bands right now, well, Norman, of course, from Left Nut is in a new band. I think we all know that, Chum. The Satanics, I would always say, are
Jägermeister.
Yeah, I think probably Tomato Monkey is a Jägermeister band. United States are probably a Jägermeister band. What's that cock rock band, the old blonde singer? Fighting Cocks. Fighting Cocks. They're probably a Jägermeister band.
Okay, and who's the bands that bring in the people that drink the expensive beer?
The people in cul-de-sac is probably the people who drink the expensive beer. Dam builders, I guess, to a point, would probably have the people bringing the expensive beer. Let's see, who else? The expensive beer drinking people. Probably, maybe the Swirlies, I guess. Although they probably don't have very much money. It's those type of ones.
Well, why is it that the people with the best taste have the least money?
That's a good question.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna answer it. I'm tired. My brain's only operating on 2 cylinders. It's not even a machine, so you know how that is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, let's see now. What did you study in high school?
Waltham High.
And what did you study?
No, not very much.
Were you in the band, the high school band? No, you
I
didn't.
was one of those little punk potheads.
Didn't do any theater or nothing like that. No extracurriculars.
No, didn't go to school very much when I was in high school.
So what did you do instead?
Smoked a lot of pot.
And
Got in trouble.
Got into trouble.
Started listening to music. That's when I really started listening to music. I was like 14, 15, and 16. Used to listen to Led Zeppelin 10 years after. Jake Al's band. Of course, this was a while ago, you have to remember too. When I was 14 years old, that was a long time ago. That was the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. Watch the Brady Bunch.
Watch the Brady Bunch, yep, exactly. Partridge Family.
What was your favorite cartoon?
My favorite cartoon is Porky Pig.
Not Wacky Races?
No. Porky Pig is always the funniest. Anytime you can base a whole episode on a pig that stutters, it's pure comic genius.
Puerquito puerco. Esos todos. Pueblos.
I hope you're not going to speak Spanish, it's very rude.
Well, I don't know any Spanish.
Oh, what was that?
Well, that was something that I learned just for the occasion.
Just the occasion.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I always wanted to know what the Spanish people heard when they watched Porky Pig. They probably thought it was Francisco Franco. Me la Francisco Franco. Es los todos puerquitos.
That's very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, what are you? You're with a name like Sheer. Don't tell me, let me guess. You're from the Balkans.
Very good.
No, you're from County Cork, Ireland.
Sure,
So, is that an advantage in this town or what?
it's not a disadvantage.
I don't want to say no more.
It opens doors, but let's just leave it at that.
Everybody in this town's Catholic anyway.
Yeah,
When you see Irish names, do you say Catholic?
pretty much.
Yeah, what can you do?
Italian too. This is
Italian
big
too.
Italian town. Italian, French, French Canadian,
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah, all the most level-headed and rational people. Well, they're the ones that are running things in this town. The Italians take care of the politics. The Irish take care, the police type thing. You know, a bunch of drunks going around hitting people on the head with clubs. Okay, all the Poles, they're good at fixing air conditioners and stuff like that. You know, I'm half Polish too. I've hung from ceilings myself many a time. How come Spider-Man has a nickname like Web-Headed, and the Incredible Hulk is the Jade Giant, but nobody's come up with a nickname for me or you?
Nobody's come up with a nickname for you?
No, well, yes, the annoying insect.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Oh, I don't need a nickname.
Oh, you don't need a nickname.
Sweet Melon.
Good old Dave's good enough.
Sweet Melon. It's going to be Sweet Melon Sheehan. That's my new persona.
And let's have a little sample of that.
All right.
Say, Sweet Melon.
Yeah, what can I do for you? No, what can I do you for?
Women are no damn good, except my mother. I see you got a hole in your shoe.
You do.
No, I'm just lying.
We got hoses with a license.
Yeah. Hold it up to the light. What kind of shoe is this anyway?
There's a used combat boot bought at the Army Navy store, issue Army Navy store.
Well, that's pretty cool.
$24.
All you need now is the dried food in the tent. You can withstand a Holocaust.
That's right.
Do you have the survivalist mentality?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If everyone else is gone, I'm going with them.
Well, that's a pretty altruistic philosophy. I mean,
That's just the way, just the way I am.
I mean, why should you get to run things? Just everybody else.
I don't enjoy my own company all that much. Not enough to stick it out when nobody else is going to be around.
Gee, I'm the exact opposite. I want everybody to be gone because they're breathing up my air. But we won't get into that.
No, wait, that's good. We probably should.
Fair enough.
All right.
So what are your big plans for the Middle East there? No, same business, same as usual. I know, that's what you have to say.
That's what I have to say on camera.
Well, what are you going to do in the bakery, for example?
The bakery. I don't know. Hopefully I can stay away from that. Hopefully that will remain in the hands of others. And it's a good space, though. People that are doing shows in there now seem to be actually doing a pretty good job. Bakery would probably be a good place for comedy.
Yeah, maybe.
Small room, intimate room.
Right. Obscene hand gestures.
Obscene
Police
hand gestures.
across the street.
That's right. You got the homeboys outside sticking their faces in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, wonderful, man. Yeah. Who needs to go to the Bronx Zoo? Just do comedy in the bakery.
That's right.
Well, my contract writer says I need a Uzi for shows like that. Anyway, that was not in the best of taste, because actually, I don't like them furry guns. I want me a MAC-10.
You want to use a nice American guy.
Yeah, nice American gun. Well, I saw you eating a piece of pizza. You work at a Middle East restaurant and you don't eat pizza?
I work here for a year and eat Middle Eastern food every day. You'll understand.
Well, I've been eating it every day for 5 years.
Yeah, you're a mooch.
I know. What can I say? Hey, you got a cast iron stomach. I mean, I just mix all that stuff together and put in one little thing, wrap it up on a piece of bread, cram it all in my mouth at once. Ah!
Yeah, we've seen you eat.
Yeah.
Wrong hero. And that's not a pretty sight.
Yes, sir. Well, you haven't seen me tear the... Well, never mind. I don't want to get into that either. So now we're at about the time when you decided to start doing bookings here at the Middle East. And what were the first bands you booked up here anyway?
First bands I booked, I think, were the support bands for the Pain Teens. The Pain Teens played here last October. And, yeah, I think that was Slow Club. And
Slow Club.
They booked a couple, they started off by booking a couple Sunday nights in early September. Or towards the end of September. And they just started. Basically, as mine got more involved in the club downstairs, I began to work with the agents and get more involved in booking upstairs clubs, and so it went.
And are you responsible for Michelle Shaw?
No, that's mine. That's mine got that. Mine made a big, he has got a good relationship with international talent group as people like Michelle Shaw.
Why does she like this place?
I don't know, she played here before with that. Well, I know why. The people who work here, like our door staff and stuff, and hospitality people work here, they're music fans, and they take care of the musicians, and it's important to them that the musicians feel comfortable. And I think she really appreciated that when she was here, so she wanted to play here.
Well, I'm going to totally take those remarks and twist them out of context. I hope you don't mind.
I'm sure you will.
It'll make me look good.
Yeah.
What's the funniest face you know how to make?
Funniest face I know how to make. Should I do it?
Do it.
Alright. Tell me when I'm on camera. Tell me what I should do.
Okay.
I don't know how funny it is, but people seem to think it's relatively amusing.
Okay, let's see. We'll get the nice tight. All right. Get it.
Okay, I'm not sure how funny you'll think this is, but...
Man, that's the most inspiring thing I've ever seen you do. Well, we got exactly 1 minute.
Okay. And that's 1 minute too long.
What do you want to say in this minute?
I want to say thank you so much for this delightful experience.
That's only 5 seconds.
And I'd also like to thank my parents and all the people who maybe, I just want to say to bands coming into the club, keep coming in, keep trying to call us, and the reason we haven't returned your phone calls is because we're really busy with phone calls, but keep pestering us because we will get to you eventually. And that's it, man. Keep rocking.
Keep rocking.
That was pretty lame, wasn't it? It was pretty lame.
It's sort of like that guy in Mother Goldman's film.
We edit that.
No, we can't edit. I'm not going to do edits. No. What do you think this is anyway? What do you take me for? What am I, Martin Scorsese? Just because I'm Italian? You think I can do film just because I'm Italian? Is that what you're saying, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Stereotypical things, but no, I would never say that.
You notice I don't use my hands when I talk?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Get out of here! What do you think you're doing? What is it with these people? What is this, Grand Central Station? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! You know, he's coming in. I can't. Don't you have something? Anything? A roach bomb? Or I don't know. Maybe some of that boric acid across the doorway? I don't know. Well, this has run its course. I'm sick and David's throwing stuff. I'll kill him.
I'm sorry, I really get you started.
Oh man, that was pretty funny. What do you think, Francis? Do I have a career in there? Absolutely not.
Well, it doesn't take much to be a talk show host.
Is it over? Gene's gone, or hell, the desk is
The
gone?
deputy is not. Actually,
Oh, fine, so
we just.
Here it is, folks. The great man in action.
Yeah. How am I?
Hi, I'm the wrong hero. I recovered nicely from my wounds, thank you. And I'm here to talk about music. Of all the music I hate the most, I think I would have to say the music I hate more than any other is the Kinks. A wise man once said, the Kinks are like God, except God has a better beat and you can dance to it. Well, I'm going to disprove that, wise man, by attempting to dance to the music of the Kinks. It doesn't work somehow. That doesn't work either. This is close. Getting there. That's not too bad, yeah. I guess you can sort of dance to the music of the Kinks. But of course, they're far more than just a dance band. Their insidious propaganda has poisoned the minds of the nation's youth for up to 30 years now. I think we're going to have a few examples of that before too long. Hurry up. It's your life and you can do what you want. What kind of insidious propaganda is that? That's a great thing to tell a kid. This is their cool Rolling Stones type bluesy Mississippi Delta wannabe. They started out as a rhythm and blues band, of course. I don't know, somehow Ray Davies doesn't seem right singing Poor Boy Long Dead and Gone. But he's one hell of a harmonica player, you gotta give him that. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Okay, yeah, this is more like it. The most dance this one. So am I gonna try? Yeah. This is what I do. I sit around listening to splice together bits of cake songs. How's that for lip syncing? This is the proto-reggae calypso stuff. Boston did a documentary called Where Have All the Good Times Gone about the Boston music scene. What does the Kings have to do with Boston? That's right, you can't win. I think Greg Davies' career is virtually dead. One more monument in a single phrase. Because the Kings get no respect. But their stuff's just as good as any other stuff. Better even. Because it's so kinky. Now, who else would write a dance song like this? I think he's saying a chip on his shoulder. I always thought it was a chick on his shoulder. Into the eye of Amagato. Master, do not destroy me with the amulet! What's also about finding out where my baby is? My baby this, my baby that. What are we supposed to conclude from all of this? This predates Nemo by a good 15 years. Next. They recycled this and used it in Australia. The song, not the country. Stately. Music here. That's better. I'm turning the protoplasm. Get all these hits and more. Another song about the sun. Go figure. Well, the name like Ray, what do you expect, huh? Shaving haircut, 2 bits. Someone the rest of this head? Hello, hey Peter? I'm not in right now. Stop bothering me. Okay, we get the point. More that Tin Soldier Man coming up there. English musical. What it is, a cane and you're Maurice Chevalier. section really adds something, doesn't it? The songbirds are so tough, we call him Mr. Songbird. I had a friend named Walter. Whenever I see him, I think of this song. And vice versa. Despise the things that most people hold dear. Excuse to do smokestack lighting without actually covering it. Point it gets so that like you can't really dance to it too much. But you can sort of make facial expressions. Let's skip, take it off. That's good. Play for your nieces. You can see he's got a real theatrical streak going there. Oh boy! This would be a good ad for Kodak, huh? Let's begin. that predates Diva by a good 15 years. Well, Ted. The oceanic wave of bliss, all of a sudden interrupted by... Now, it's not like this section isn't good or anything, but I just thought I'd fast forward through it because, well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of really good stuff at the end, you know, and I don't want to have you miss that or anything. Isn't he cute? Look at him go. He's just dancing his little heart out for you. But you don't care. Nobody cares. You are tuned to Cafe Cabaret. Cafe Cabaret is broadcast every Thursday night on Cambridge Community Television Channel 66
every Monday night. Don't listen to him.
p.m.
Every Monday night at 9 p.m.
This special presentation of Preservation Act 2 was produced downstairs at the Middle East
Don't
Cafe.
listen to him. This isn't Preservation Act 2. This movie is entitled Suck My Drug-Laced Nipples, Earth, Filth.
I'm going to hang on for just a few more minutes. I'm the wrong hero, and I hate music. Thank everybody who was responsible for the great success of this show. Basically me, but also the little people. Yes? The little people. Too little is said about the little people. Maybe it's because they're so little. Yeah, that's it. They're so tiny you step on them. You can't even see them. You can't even see straight, even if you can see them, because they're little people. And if you see little people, you probably figure you're going out of your mind or something. After all, how many times do you stumble into a twisted circus freak, a dwarf, a midget, a leprechaun, an elf? Not very often, I reckon. Otherwise, the boys in the white suits are going to take you in with butterfly nets to the happy home. That's what they're going to do if you confess to seeing the little people. So why do they always thank the little people? I say, thank the big people. They're the ones that can do you favors. This is the wrong hero, and I'll bet you thought you heard the last from me. Well, you're plumb mistaken if you be nice, like all the other heroes. Well, if I was nice like all the other heroes, then I guess I wouldn't be the wrong hero now, would I? No, I'd be the nice hero, and I'd read the nice paper, and I'd go to Nice, Paris with my nieces, and I'd say, have a nice day, nieces, because I'm the nice hero. But I'm not the nice hero. I'm the wrong hero. Because you know what Leo DeRocher says? Nice guys finish last. Well, I guess I'm finishing last, but that doesn't mean I'm a nice guy. Oh, no. My dad says, money doesn't grow on trees. And I said to him, Dad, I know that money doesn't grow on trees. It falls from your fat wallet, fool! Now fork it over! Pronto! Habla Espanol, papi? Well, I guess I pretty much run out of stuff to say. This here music's by Les Miserables Brass Band. Be sure to see The Wrong Hero every Thursday, Channel 66.
Every Monday. Every Monday.
You have been tuned to Noise Party.
No, this is Cafe Cabaret.